I've been living with Nat. I've been staying at hers because she lives a lot closer to work.
If it's so platonic and you're just friends, why would you have to lie to me about it and tell me you're living with your parents?
I think.
Wait, did he actually just say those words out loud, or are we all collectively hallucinating this level of audacity right now? You just saw that look on Elise's face. That wasn't just shock, that was the soul-crushing realization that the man she flew across the world for has been spinning a web of lies since day one. And honestly, if you're as obsessed with this mess as I am, you need to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because the 90-day fiancé drama is peaking and we are diving straight into the deep end of the Australian outback betrayal. We all thought Elise and Joshua were going to be the fairy tale of the season, right? 6 months of virtual flirting, deep emotional bonding, and a connection that felt so real it could transcend oceans. But the second the plane touched down in Australia, the fantasy started crumbling faster than a cheap souvenir. It started off so sweet, with Joshua being the ultimate gentleman,
nursing Elise through that nasty coughing fit and bringing her breakfast in bed like he was auditioning for Boyfriend of the Year. It was giving us all the feels, and for a second, we actually thought Joshua was one of the good ones. But as the old saying goes, if it looks too good to be true, it's probably because he's hiding a whole other woman in his guest room. Can we talk about the pact for a second? They promised each other they'd take things slow, keep it respectful, and really build that emotional foundation, but within 48 hours, the physical chemistry took over and they went all the way, only for Joshua to drop the ultimate bombshell the very next morning. Talk about a morning after pill that's impossible to swallow. Imagine waking up in the arms of the man you love, thinking you've finally found your person, only for him to casually mention that the parents he said he lived with are actually a woman named Nat. And no, she's not his sister, she's not his cousin, she's a friend who happens to be paying his bills and sharing a roof with him while he's been telling Elise he was staying with mom and dad. The internet is absolutely losing its mind over this because the timing is just so incredibly calculated. Why wait until after you've been intimate to reveal you're financially dependent on another woman? Social media is divided, with some fans calling Joshua a master manipulator who knew exactly when to drop the truth to ensure Elise wouldn't just turn around and head back to the airport. It's the classic trap strategy: get her invested, get her in bed, and then drop the bomb when it's too late to easily run away. But then you have the other side of Reddit and Twitter claiming that Elise's legendary jealousy, which we've seen hints of before, is making her blow this way out of proportion. People are saying, hey, times are tough, maybe he just needed a roommate. But a roommate who pays your bills? That's not a roommate, that's a sponsor. Sitting across from Nat at dinner was the ultimate test of restraint, and Elise had absolutely zero chill, which, honestly, can we blame her? The air in that restaurant was so thick with tension you could have served it as a side dish. Nat is sitting there with this judgmental energy, looking at Elise's outfit and her personality like she's something the cat dragged in. It wasn't just a dinner, it was a psychological battlefield. You could see the micro-expressions on Nat's face, the subtle eye rolls, the way she looked down her nose at Elise's style. It felt like a Mean Girls reunion in the middle of a dating show. Elise doesn't believe in the whole just friends narrative between men and women, especially when one is bankrolling the other's life. She went straight for the jugular, accusing Nat of having a financial hold over Joshua. And let's be honest, in the world of 90-day fiancé, when someone else is paying the bills, they usually own the person too. The look on Nat's face was pure hurt, but was it genuine or was it a defensive shield? Joshua claims he was just helping a friend through a hard time, but Elise is convinced there's a sinister motive lurking beneath the surface. She's questioning every single interaction. Why did he hide it? Why was Nat so defensive? Why did Joshua's other female friends look at Elise like she was an intruder in their little club? The fans are speculating that Joshua's secrecy has poisoned the well before they even got a chance to drink from it. When you start a relationship on a lie of this magnitude, how do you ever trust the small things? Every time Joshua's phone buzzes, Elise is going to wonder if it's the benefactor calling. Every time he's late, she's going to picture him with Nat. And the worst part is, Joshua is acting like he's the victim. He's trying to say he hid it to protect her feelings. Since when is lying to someone's face for 6 months considered protection? It's manipulation, plain and simple. But then there's the flip side. Is Elise's insecurity so toxic that she's destroying a genuine, platonic support system because she can't handle the idea of Joshua having a life that doesn't revolve entirely around her? Is she the one who's actually the problem here? The awkwardness at that table was so thick you could cut it with a knife, and the way Joshua's female friends were whispering and judging just added fuel to a fire that was already roaring. It feels like a setup for a disaster, a collision course between a woman who wants total transparency and a man who thinks omission isn't the same thing as lying. We've seen this story before, but never with this much financial entanglement. It's giving us vibes of past seasons where secrets come out bit by bit until there's nothing left but a pile of broken promises and a flight back to the States. As we watch Elise spiral into suspicion, you have to ask yourself if she's actually the one overstepping here, or if any sane person would feel exactly the same way if they found out their partner's roommate was actually their financial backbone. This isn't just a lover's spat. This is a fundamental breakdown of trust that's playing out in front of the whole world. The big twist. Some eagle-eyed fans have been digging through social media and noticing that Joshua and Nat have a history that goes way back, way further than a random friend in need situation. There are whispers that this isn't the first time Joshua has leaned on a woman for support while looking for love elsewhere. Is he a sweetheart who just made a mistake, or is he a professional, lived-in boyfriend who found a new target in Elise? The mystery of their living arrangement is a ticking time bomb, and every time Joshua tries to defend it, he just seems to dig the hole deeper. He keeps saying, it's innocent, but if it's so innocent, why the parents' story? Why the fear of her finding out? The comments sections are on fire with theories. Some people think Nat is secretly in love with him and is playing the long game by keeping him financially tethered to her. Others think Joshua is just a guy who can't get his life together and is using whoever is available. And poor Elise is caught in the middle, having given up her physical boundaries and her heart to a man who couldn't even give her his real address. The emotional toll this is taking on her is visible in every scene. She looks exhausted, paranoid, and heartbroken, and we're only a few days into the trip. Imagine what weeks or months of this would look like. It's the kind of drama that makes you want to scream at the TV, but also keep watching because you just have to know how this ends. Will Elise find the strength to walk away, or will she succumb to the sunk cost fallacy, thinking that because she's already slept with him and flown all this way, she has to make it work? We've seen so many women on this show make that mistake, and it never ends well. The financial hold accusation was the peak of the episode, and the fallout is going to be legendary. Nat isn't just going to sit back and be insulted, and Joshua is caught between the woman he wants and the woman he needs to survive. It's a messy, complicated, and absolutely addictive triangle that none of us saw coming. So, I have to ask you, do you think Elise is being a jealous Jane and needs to back off, or is her intuition screaming at her for a very good reason? Would you stay with someone who hid a roommate of the opposite sex and told you they lived with their parents? Is the financial support a red flag or just a sign of a deep friendship? Drop a comment below and let me know your theories. I read every single one of them. And while you're down there, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Talent Zone updates for more of the wildest reality TV breakdowns on the internet.
What do you think? Comment below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.